Mother is frustrated and angry tonight after her son mysteriously ends up in the hospital with multiple organ failure and sepsis. She says she's getting the runaround from both the state and St. Joe's Hospital in Ann Arbor, which is where our Mara McDonald is tonight. So, Mara, what's going on here?
This mom is trying to figure out how her 28-year-old son ended up face down in his own vomit. He is an inmate at the Center for Forensic Psychiatry in Saline. He's a paranoid schizophrenic, but it's not his mental illness that put him here in the hospital. And now his mom is trying to figure out what is happening. Take a listen to the voicemail she got on Monday.
Miles is in a very grave medical condition right now in a hospital, and things are not looking good.
This is Miles Julian. He's 28 years old and in critically grave condition.
They said that his diagnosis right now is septic shock. He's in renal failure, liver shock. He has pneumonia. They're trying to rule it out, aspiration pneumonia.
And he's not awake or able to tell anybody what happened. Miles is seriously mentally ill, which is why his mother had him committed to the Center for Forensic Psychiatry in Saline.
The fact that my son basically was on the highway to heaven for 4 days before I was even notified.
He's been in St. Joe's since last Friday, where other patients from the center were treated as well. The state confirms there was some sort of stomach bug that inmates at the center had come down with, but how could that possibly translate into this? And then there's the epic runaround Stephanie says she's been getting from both the psychiatric facility and St. Joe's, barring her from visiting for 2 days.
And they were like, well, the paperwork you have, you need to get that to the forensic center. I'm like, okay, but I called the forensic center and they said, you guys are the ones that said I couldn't visit my son. Well, we don't have anything to do with that. I said, well, you know, this is all very confusing, all very bizarre. The whole ordeal has been a nightmare.
Tonight, Stephanie says she's continuing to get the runaround. We called St. Joe's. They say they have no information available. As far as the state hospital, the Center for Forensic Psychiatry goes, that's a state facility. They say they are limited in what they can release. They would only confirm that there had been some sort of a stomach illness that had affected inmates there. We're in Ypsilanti. I'm Mara McDonald, Local 4.
All right, Mara.